to a brand new episode of Are You a Movie Oracle, the YouTube game show series all about movie trivia that I swear did not rip off any other pre-existing movie trivia game shows. I didn't know any existed. Please do not send me cease and desist letters. That is all I can say. So, today we are joined again by two fabulous competitors returning once again to try and keep his title is John, all the way from Florida, not England. Or anybody watching.
It could be both. We've got the England section of Epcot. We've got the England section of Epcot. It could count, kind of.
John, how are you feeling about today's episode?
I'm feeling a sense of cool, just in having a wonderful competitive spirit, but simultaneously just want to have a grand old time. Last time was absolutely a laugh riot, so I expect the same amount of laughs, even more so.
I wonder how many free reviews we're going to get today.
Maybe just if the topic comes up about Rodgers and Hammerstein, you're definitely going to get one. With the same amount of vitriol as my Tennessee Williams.
Oh, okay. Well, I will remember that if you win today and there's a musical category in the future, because I do believe I have a Rodgers and Hammerstein question in there somewhere.
Ooh.
I'm taking notes.
It's a sad day when I have more high regard for Cats the movie than anything by Rodgers and Hammerstein.
Okay, we're going to try and ignore that scary sentence and introduce today's new competitor. John today is going after Peggy! Peggy, how's it going?
Hello, Peggy.
I didn't realize I was going up against the complete, champion of all champions.
No.
Well, no. He's only won 2 games.
Right, but that's
only 2.
Pretty good.
Only 2. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I think, trying to think, Movie Emporium, Movie Emporium, he won 3 times, didn't he?
4.
Wow.
So there you go. Yeah.
So he won 4 games. He was on his 5th to go against me, but unfortunately his competitor beat him, so he didn't beat him.
Yeah, I saw that.
Well, don't worry, that person's win was short-lived. He lost in the next match, so...
Yeah, I saw that too. I was like, wow. There you go. Luck of the draw. You never know.
There, you never know. Never know.
Yeah.
Peggy, your first time on the show, how are you feeling about today's game?
I mean, I'll tell you, I think just coming in it for the fun. I mean, I am one of those people, I always feel like these things come like a test, and then at the last second I blank on what I'm supposed to say, and I don't mind. I think the last thing I did, I got 3 points, and I didn't mind at all. I just had fun with it. That's what we have. Bottom line.
You're preaching to every competitor who has been on here. Everybody has that problem of blanking on something that they're pretty sure that they know, and then I reveal the answer, and they all want to go jump off a cliff, which I don't recommend. Let's get into the rules as always. We have 3 rounds, a different category in each round, determined by a spin of the wheel. Round 1, first round, and first round only is multiple choice. After that, they're on their own and have to depend on their little grey cells. If they should need some help and want to ask for a hint, they can. I will do my best to provide one, but they have to be prepared to sacrifice half a point from their total score at the end of the game. They have 10 seconds to answer each question. If the first person who receives their question answers incorrectly or doesn't know the answer, we move to the next person who will do their best to try and steal the point. If we get to the end of the game and both of our competitors tie, we go to a bonus round where John's Doctor Who category is sitting there quietly. This is probably the most quiet Doctor Who's ever been in its life. And Peggy, what category did you choose for today?
Didn't I send it to you?
You did, for the sake of recording, I'm asking you.
The actor, Robert Redford. That's what it was.
Ooh, good one.
Something, yeah. I just picked random. I think it's just underappreciated.
I do find it interesting when people pick a director or an actor, because I get a chance to kind of go and look through their film history and stuff, and I always learn something new. So I find it's always a good educational experience for myself.
Anyway, I should have gave it. I didn't think that I could give you a director or something like that. I should have done Wes Anderson or Edgar Wright.
Well, you are welcome if you win and you go to the next game. You're welcome to change your category if you wish to do so.
All right, so be it. So be it.
Emphasis on if.
If.
You mean
So
will.
be if. So be if.
Oh.
Count on it. Just count on it.
Oh.
With that said, let's find out the category for round 1. Category for round 1 is Thriller, not the Michael Jackson song.
I was going to say, you talk about the song?
Feel free to dance
Screw it,
if
I'm
you
gonna do it
like.
anyway.
I would
Right, I'm ready to just start.
I
would happily play the song right now if I wasn't worried about copyright issues.
Yeah.
Peggy, you
Yeah.
are our guest, therefore you get the first question. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. Your first question. In 2020's The Invisible Man, what is Adrian Griffin's profession? Is it A, lawyer, B, architect, C, optics engineer, or D, psycho? Time starts now.
I'm going to say C. I would say D because he is, but I'm going to go with C.
You are correct. It is C. He's an optics engineer.
Oh my God,
See, don't count yourself out just yet. John, your question. In the 2014 film Gone Girl, what anniversary was being celebrated when Nick discovered Amy missing? Is it A, 4th, B, 5th, C, 6th, D, 1st? Time starts now.
Oh, I saw this, but I was like, I am going to say 4th.
It is not 4th.
Ah.
Peggy, you can try and steal this one.
5th.
You are correct. It was 5th.
Okay, yeah, I don't forget what it was. Right. That fit. Perfect. Yay!
Maybe you should keep up with the self-deprecating stuff. It seems to be
Yeah,
doing
keep
you
it
so
up.
good so far.
Keep going. Keep it going.
Peggy, your question. In 2014's Nightcrawler, what was Lou before becoming a stringer? A, owned a pawn shop, B, foreman, C, scrapper, D, petty thief. Time starts now.
Shit. I can't remember. D. As in David.
You are correct. It was D. He was a petty thief.
I totally forgot that one. I just randomly picked it.
John, your question. Who directed 2015's Green Room? Is it A, Jeremy Saulnier, B, Dan Gilroy, C, Joel Edgerton, or D, Richard Shepard? Time starts now.
I'm going to say Dan Gilroy.
Was not Dan Gilroy.
Yeah, always wanted to see that one too.
Green Room, right?
Yep.
Okay. Joel Edgerton?
It's not Joel Edgerton, I'm afraid.
Something kind of like that. I don't know.
No, the answer, I'm afraid, is A, Jeremy Saulnier.
Should have gone with a more obscure name.
Peggy, your question.
Okay.
What instrument does Charlotte Willmore play in 2019's The Perfection? Is it A, violin, B, cello, C, viola, or D, harp? Time starts now.
D.
It is not D, I'm afraid.
You don't know what the movie is.
John?
I'm just going to say violin.
It's not violin, the answer was cello.
Ah.
John, your question. What decade is the 2010 film Shutter Island set in? Is it A, 1930s, B. 1940s, C. 1950s, or D. 1960s? Time starts now.
God, I remember seeing this too. And they don't ever put a date up. I'm going to say, I want to say the 1950s.
First point on the board, it was indeed the 1950s.
Thank God.
Peggy, your question again. Who played L.B. Jeffries in 1954's Rear Window? Is it A. Wendell Corey, B. Raymond Burr, C. Frank Caddy, or D. James Stewart? Time starts now.
James Stewart.
You are correct, it's James Stewart.
Yep. That one, I think somebody would probably have to just, I mean, they would have to be worse than I am at remembering things to miss that one.
I had I not researched, I probably would have missed it, to be honest. I still haven't seen Rear Window.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
I know, they're always there. On my list. I'll probably get to it this October.
The inspired choice putting Raymond Burr in there, because didn't he play I think he played the villain in it, didn't he?
He was in the movie.
Yeah, I think he played the bad guy. I think he ultimately played the villain of the piece. So it was a nice little tease. It was more
all the actors that I named were actually
in
the
movie. So. Okay. Very slick. Very slick.
I think this stuff through. I have some semblance of intelligence.
I like it.
John, your question. This 2001 film tells the story of an aspiring actress who meets and befriends an amnesiac woman recovering from a car accident. Is it A. Mulholland Drive, B. Memento, C. Vertigo, or D. Strangers on a Train? Time starts now.
That would be Mulholland Drive.
You are correct. It is Mulholland Drive. He's coming back. He's slowly coming back. Peggy, your last question for round one. Unless he can't get his next question, in which case I'll go to you. So my statement then just meant nothing.
Right.
So what is the main murder weapon in 1992's Basic Instinct? Is it A. Gun, B. Knife, C. Necktie, or D. Ice pick? Time starts now.
D.
You are correct. It was the ice pick.
There we go.
Very nice.
John, last question for round one. In 1996's Fargo, where is Fargo? A. Minnesota, B. South Dakota, C. North Dakota, or D. Idaho? Time starts now.
Minnesota.
It's not Minnesota.
Yeah, it's not. Okay, but here comes now. Is it my turn?
It is.
Oh, gosh. It's one of the Dakotas, and this is the worst. Okay. North Dakota.
You're correct. It's North Dakota.
Wait a minute. Are we talking about where Fargo itself is, or where the dominant portion of the movie takes place?
Where Fargo is.
Oh, you're talking about where Fargo is, because, the dominant, because Brainerd is because it's Brainerd, Minnesota. Okay, that's where I got messed up. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, that's where I got messed
Fargo
up.
is where the title. You meant the title.
Fargo. Yeah.
Right.
You meant the title itself. Okay.
I know. Oh, yeah. You know what? Do over because he didn't get that.
No.
We don't do do-overs.
No. Still got 2 rounds left.
Category for round 2 is soundtracks.
Ah.
So let's see how they do. How many soundtracks do they actually know? Peggy, your first question. Name the song by Dua Lipa that is theme to Alita Battle Angel. Time starts now.
Clueless? I mean, that's not the answer. I don't know. I have no idea.
That is fine. John?
I'm gonna have to pass on that too, honestly, because I didn't even know it had a theme song. It had a great score, but I didn't know it had a song.
Right. I don't remember. I don't remember.
Beautiful film,
It
but
does.
Yeah.
Dua Lipa did the song and music video that is called Swan Song.
Oh. Oh.
It's actually the first song of hers I ever listened to, and I really love it.
Really
wow.
good. Yeah.
John, your question. Which Queen song appears in the 2019 film Shazam? Time starts now.
Shazam. I'm gonna say we are the champions.
It's not We Are the Champions, I'm afraid. Peggy, do you know, or would you like to just pluck any Queen song out of your head?
I'm just gonna pluck any Queen song.
That works. I do love that song.
Shazam! I don't know.
No, the Queen song used is Don't Stop Me Now.
Oh,
That was.
yeah, I don't think I saw Shazam, so.
I saw it. I should have done "Don't Stop Me Now" because dang it.
Peggy, your turn. What new song performed by Beyonce is featured in 2019's The Lion King live-action remake? Time starts now.
Gonna have to pass. Do not know.
Ooh. Okay.
Didn't see it.
John?
Don't know.
I didn't see it either. I didn't want to. Yeah, passing too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, the answer is Spirit.
Okay.
Next up. John, your question. Who was responsible for the music to the following films? The Little Mermaid, Pocahontas, and Hercules. Time starts now.
That would be Alan Menken.
You are correct, it is Alan Menken. Peggy! Who composed the score to 1999's The Matrix? Time starts now.
Sorry, don't know. I have no clue. I
That is okay.
do not know a sound. I couldn't name a soundtrack if I had to right now.
That's alright.
It is.
John, cogs are moving.
Newton Howard, the guy behind Titanic, I think.
Don Davis.
John. Wow.
Thorough. John, your question. What is the #1 selling soundtrack of all time? Time starts now.
Well, last I checked, the highest selling one currently is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Not of all time.
Of all time,
Of all
Peggy,
time.
do you have to know?
Wizard of Oz?
It's not the Wizard of Oz. The answer is The Bodyguard, which still remains the
Oh.
#1 selling soundtrack of all time.
That makes sense.
Oh, speaking of someone who grew up in the 90s, I apologize profusely.
How dare you?
Hey, that song sounded better at Dolly Parton. And that's probably the whitest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I have to say, I'm a Dolly Parton on that one too.
She wrote that. Yeah.
I love both versions, and I love the Bodyguard soundtrack. So, the Bodyguard. Peggy, your question.
Okay.
Who performs the most songs on the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack? Time starts now.
Bee Gees.
Correct.
I knew something.
Yay!
I only know that because that was, I think, my mom bought that album. And that's how I remember it.
Go, Mom!
There we go.
John, your question. How many songs does John Travolta sing on the Grease soundtrack? Time starts now.
Let's see. I'm gonna say 4.
So, it is not 4, I'm afraid.
Same. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'll say, okay, Grease. 5.
That's a very lucky guess, it is 5.
I was gonna go 3, and then I went, no, I know he sings more than 3.
Peggy, your question. Who performs the theme song Flashdance, What a Feeling for the 1983 film Flashdance? Time starts now.
Oh my gosh. Oh, and I know that, okay, Jennifer Beals dancing. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my, I'm blanking. I'm blanking on the name.
That's alright.
Dang it.
John?
Is it Irene Cara?
It is Irene Cara, well done.
Dang it. And I'm like, I can picture the whole thing.
And last question for round dos. John, who provided the score to the film Inception? Time starts now.
Hans Zimmer.
Correct, it's Hans Zimmer. Category for round 3 is Patron's Choice. One of my patrons over on Patreon has actually picked a category themselves and have written the first question. Also, this category is not on the wheel, so I apologize.
Okay.
Category is the Oscars.
Oh,
Ooh.
boy.
Killer.
Just remember, you can't hate me. I did not do this.
Oh no,
True.
This is perfect deflection. Perfect deflection.
Thank you to patron Andy for selecting this category and for writing the first question, which goes to Peggy.
Okay.
You ready?
Ready.
Okay. Your question is, in the 70s, which two actors both won Academy Awards for playing the same character? Time starts now.
Which two actors? Yeah, sorry. Don't know.
That's alright. John, you look like you have an I know the answer face.
Got it. You
Yeah.
can tell by the look.
All right. The answer is Marlon Brando and Robert De Niro both played Vito Corleone in The Godfather Part 1 and Part 2.
Oh,
You are correct.
and it's a great question because
It's a wonderful question.
it's terrible because my mom used to sit there and I would watch The Godfather so many times. She would just look at me like, "Are you watching that again?"
Yeah.
And I couldn't blank
I
on
actually got
that.
to watch. I got to watch Part 2 in the theater recently. Fathom Events did a screening of it. It was a
Wow.
wonderful experience. They had an intermission. They still had the intermission put in there. That
Oh,
freaked,
wow.
that freaked me and my wife out. We were like, "What are we supposed to do now?
Right. What do you do? What do you do?
What do you do with this?"
I would love that. I would love that.
That is
I did
fantastic.
have to slightly rewrite the question, and I did let Andy know that because it wasn't until I was going through and proof checking my questions that I remembered that both Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix had won Oscars for playing the same
Yep.
character. So I had to make sure to specify
The
70s.
70s. Good call.
70s.
Good call.
Exactly.
John, your question. 3 films hold the record for most nominations received by a single film. All About Eve, La La Land, and which other film? Time starts now.
I'm just gonna go for broke and say Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King.
It's not Lord of the Rings, I'm
Ah.
afraid. That does hold a record
For
for
it was the
wins.
largest clean
Yeah.
sweep, but I didn't know
This
it
is
was.
nominations, not wins. Am I correct?
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, because I have 2 pictures, and I'm going to go with the most obvious one first. Titanic.
You are correct. It was Titanic.
How many was Titanic? I thought that was 11. Lord of the Rings, I thought was 12.
I think each of these films had 14 nominations.
Really? Oh, okay.
Peggy, your question. Who has won the most awards for directing? Time starts now.
Oh, most awards for directing. John Huston?
Oh, sadly, it is not John Huston.
Great. I want to say. Can I have help? Give me a hint.
You can have help. Your hint is he directed the following 2 films Stagecoach, and Grapes of Wrath.
Well, you said John Huston, didn't you?
Yeah.
Peggy said John
Yeah,
Huston. So, John Ford.
You are correct,
Oh!
John Ford.
Yay!
Oh.
Good job.
John, this is your question. Which country holds the record for most wins for best foreign films? Time starts now.
Best foreign films. I'm gonna say. I want to say Italy.
You are correct. It is Italy.
Good job.
Peggy,
Yes.
your question. And I will say this because my brother misheard me, so I will give the advice of to listen to the question carefully.
Okay.
Parasite was not the first foreign language film to win 4 Academy Awards. Name the previous 2. Time starts now.
Roberto, and what was the movie? I can't. I can picture him, and I can picture the movie. Postmaster was one. There's 2. No, is that what the movie was called? I can't remember. Sorry.
Afraid not.
I'm done.
John,
The one.
if you can at least name one, you can get half a point.
I will say Life is Beautiful is the
That's-
one you're digging for, but she's got a.
movie.
But
Okay.
but she's shaking her head. She's shaking her head, saying no. But the second film, I'm going to say Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
You definitely get half a point. One
Okay.
is indeed Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. The second is Fanny and Alexander.
Ah,
Hmm.
honestly, I saw where your head was at because I remember because Life is Beautiful took Best Actor and it took Best Foreign Film. That I do remember.
Right.
John, your question. Barbara Streisand won the Oscar for Best Actress in her film debut of what 1968 film? Time starts now.
Funny Girl.
Hmm.
You are correct.
Love that movie.
Mm.
I do too.
I,
My brother and I have been bonding since I was a child over Blue Over You. We'd always do that little tap number at the end where we leave a room.
I admit that I have not seen that one. Of all those Streisand movies that my mom tried to force down my throat, she forced Yentl down my throat versus Funny Girl. I would have from what everyone tells me, I should have. I was better. I would have been better off with Funny Girl. I probably would have had a better opinion of her from that.
So you still haven't seen it?
No, I still haven't seen it yet.
Oh, wow.
100% get on it, even if it's not for the story, the music alone. Still
Yeah.
Barbara Streisand
Yeah.
classics. Peggy, your question. Julie Andrews also won the Oscar for Best Actress for her on-screen debut for what 1964 film? Time starts now.
Sound of Music.
It was not The Sound of Music, I'm afraid.
Oh! Shoot. Never mind. I know what. Second choice?
No,
No.
no.
You get one. Okay.
John's turn.
That would be Mary Poppins.
It was indeed Mary Poppins.
Just watched both of those again recently. Love them both.
Mary Poppins.
Yeah. Practically perfect in every way, except the second one.
My brother actually hates that movie.
Really?
There's
And he also
movie.
hates Julie Andrews.
Yeah.
He hates her. He finds her really annoying, and I'm just like, how are we related?
Right. There's always going to be someone who dislikes a movie. That's what I've found.
I know,
There's
but-
always one.
But Mary Poppins is just. I can't find any fault with it. I enjoy it too. I love it too damn much.
I know what you mean. John, your question. Alan Menken won 2 consecutive awards for Best Original Song in 1992 and 1993. Name the songs.
Okay, one.
Time starts now.
All right. Well, one of them was obviously Beauty and the Beast. And did he win for A Whole New World? I'm gonna go say he won for A Whole New World.
You are correct. It's Beauty and the Beast in a Whole New World.
There you go. Yay!
Peggy,
Yes.
your question, and with most of my questions, it is a slight trick question.
Oh, of course.
In 1994, Tom Hanks won Best Actor for what film? Time starts now.
Philadelphia?
It's not Philadelphia, I'm afraid. John?
Forrest Gump.
You are correct, it's Forrest Gump.
But the funny thing is, it's a tricky question because he won 2 years in a row, and he took Philadelphia after.
The 90s is like kind of a
it was,
Not to mention, you also have the added fact of the Oscars take place the year after the film is released, so that does make things a little tricky. So but you were still at least you're right. You were in the ball. You were win an Oscar for Philadelphia
somewhere.
You were in the right ballpark, definitely.
And last question for round 3, John. Which film won Best Picture in 2005? Time starts now.
2005. Weird year. Such a weird year. I'm gonna say no. No, it wasn't that one. 2005. I'm gonna say $1 Million Baby.
It was not $1 Million Baby.
I'm gonna have to ask for a hint.
This film won against nominated films such as Brokeback Mountain.
No, sorry, I don't know.
I think John knows now. Would you like to reveal the answer?
Go ahead.
The answer is Crash.
The answer is indeed Crash. Nobody gets the point.
See, the reason well, it won, and I should have. Well, I didn't remember the year, but at the second you said Brokeback Mountain, I was like, yeah, because that's the one everyone wanted to win. But yeah.
There you go. And you can turn out to be like what is it? Is it the Wheel of Fortune guy who just keeps going and going and going? Congratulations.
No, Peggy, you were fantastic. You had me on the run. You had me on the run. That was a great round. Honestly,
good guess.
That was an amazing round. That was amazing. That whole
the last one was hard.
One. Yeah.
This one was a really good one because I can remember the pictures and everything. I have a hard time always remembering the years of what everything was. So that's a really good. It was a great round.
No, tell your patron that was a really good category pick. That was a very good category pick.
Very good.
It's not Oscars is not a typical category that I have because for me it just doesn't feel like something I need to have. I had it during the Redemption series, but only also because the Oscars were going at the time, and I thought, may as well change it up and include it. So I've never actually had it as a main category. So this is now the second time it's appeared in a year, and boy, did that make everything that much more interesting.
Yes,
Peggy, you thought you weren't going to get any points at all. You ended up winning 2 rounds. Considering this is John's 3rd game, this is the first time somebody has had John on the ropes. He's pretty much been dominating since he appeared, so you should definitely feel some pride in that.
Thank you. Yeah, like I said, you never know what you're going to do. I like to do it for fun. I think it's just positive and fun to do. And just, so especially right now when we're just, having it's hard to have contact with people. We get to, meet other people, meet new people, have a good time, and hopefully, humor some people while we're at it.
Yeah.
Oh, the humor is indeed there.
Yeah.
John, I gotta admit, despite I had been talking you up, I had been saying this guy's gonna smash 5 episodes and then he's gonna come for my gig. I was so certain of it, and then by round 1, I wasn't so sure. By round 2, I was really not so sure. But turns out you know a fair bit about the Oscars, and you came back swinging.
Yeah.
There we go.
I was like. Honestly, I was feeling like Scott Pilgrim facing off against Lucas Lee. I was like, oh my god.
That was the lightning round, though. That's what they call the lightning round.
Yeah.
That I would definitely say was an earned win. You fought your way back up the ladder.
Definitely.
Oh man, if this
I loved it.
It's fantastic. So good. So good. Peggy, you're wonderful. You're wonderful.
Yeah, I had a blast with you. You did, like I said, you came back from that lightning round. I even said, round. So it was great.
Oh,
Absolutely.
if only they could all be like this. But then again, I think I might end up giving competitors strokes if they're all like this now biting. Well, this has been a swell episode, which is making me very happy that this game is back. Back in full swing. Our competitors are doing great and even keeping me on my toes, and no doubt the viewers as well. So please remember to support our contestants. You can follow them on social media. Peggy does some great stuff too. You can find links to her stuff down in the description box, or you can go and check out John's YouTube channel and see what stuff he's got cooking over there. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.
Great. Thank you for having me this time. Fun. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.